money can't buy happiness is a saying I'm sure everyone watching this video has heard at least once in some point of their lives. And it's one of those things that I've personally never fully bought into, even when I was younger. I never really kind of believed in it. I had my questions about it. And as I've gotten older, I've gone through life, and I disagree with it completely. I think money can buy happiness if you spend it right? If you are smart about it, I think it definitely can buy happiness. And when we ask this question, can money buy happiness? I think firstly we have to define what happiness is. And respectfully, happiness probably looks different for mostly everybody, but I think a very general term, I guess, to define it as, when I think of happiness, I think of like a little kid, or just kids in general being happy, being all giddy and joyful and, just run around crazy, being, just giddy and everything, right? And I think, I'm sure all of us, when we were kids, we were happy, right? At some point in our childhood, right? We would experience just, extreme joy, extreme happiness. And I think partially the reason is because everything is still brand new to us, right? Like I have a 11-month-old daughter, and she gets insanely happy over watching Peppa Pig or Bluey. And it's the same thing when I was a kid, where I would get insanely happy over, the new Call of Duty dropping, or maybe my sports team winning, or, my mom got my favorite fruit gusher flavor. Like just little kind of minor things in the real world looking back at it, right? But to us, when you're kids, everything is still new and everything's like, oh my gosh, But as you get older and you keep doing the same thing in life over and over and over again, everything kind of becomes mundane, and you don't have money to, always have new experiences or do new things in your life. So it becomes very content. I think a lot of people get happiness and content confused. And again, having money, you can always get new experiences in your life, right? You can always go to another, like a country or an island or a different state, or have a new experience, go do something that you've always wanted to do, but you can never do it. Maybe it's too far. You don't have enough money. You work because, you can only take off so many days a year to do certain things, or go on, specific vacations, or go to another country, or do any of these things that you can't do, right? And maybe, you're big into cars and you've always wanted this car. When you get that car, you're going to experience happiness, right? You're going to be happy, right? Or if you've always wanted to go to Bahamas and you get to go to the Bahamas, you're going to be happy when you're doing it. Now imagine that's your life. Every day you get to do something that makes you happy, because I'm sure all of us, myself included, there's always things that pop in my head. Maybe you see something, just out in your everyday life, or maybe social media, or you hear someone talking about, a story that they did this, or your friend or relative, whatever the case may be. And it's like, man, that would be nice if I could do that, but man, I don't make enough money, or I can't get that enough time off of work, or, I don't live, in that country or that state. But it's like, again, if you have the money, and it's not even just the money, it's the freedom. If you have the financial freedom, it's even better. But this is my whole point of knowing what to buy with it. If you can buy back your time with the money that you earn, so you have that financial freedom, I don't see how you can't be happy. Now, of course, there's things that you can't buy back, right? Like, of course, the loss of loved ones, right? Of course, obviously, you can't do that. But especially in America, I don't know how other countries are with their health insurance and their policies and everything, but health insurance and just medical bills are crazy expensive here. We don't have free healthcare. So a lot of times that can help maybe save years of someone's life that's a friend or a relative, family member, that you can still experience life with them. And of course, in the tragic moments when you do lose a family member or a friend, funerals are ridiculously expensive. And like, imagine, like I said, if you don't you're strapped for cash, and now you have to worry about spending thousands of dollars for a funeral service, right? Or getting cremated. And it's another layer of stress that you already have to deal with the grief and loss of losing a loved one. Now you have to deal with the financial part of it. So it's just, I don't know, I can't think of a situation where money doesn't make your life more easier or more fun or more happy. Like, I don't know. Like, I think people get content and happiness confused because, like I said, there's just and I'm talking about money. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you might get like a couple dollar raise out of your job. And no, I mean, like, you're making six figures, maybe even to the 7-figure mark, depending on your lifestyle and depending on your responsibilities and bills. I don't really have like a set number, but again, the idea that money can't buy happiness I just think it's a lie that's been fed down our throats, and I just simply don't believe in it, because I just think that, again, when you look at what happiness is, and I don't know the proper definition of it, but again, when you look at happiness, and I think happiness comes from new experiences, doing things that that you haven't done before. Something that's new to you. And it's very hard to do that when you just live a very content average life where you just make, below average income or even just average income. It's, you can't really do much with that. That's exciting. That's fun. That's fulfilling. And like I said, I just don't buy it, Yeah, like I said, you can definitely be content with a, normal amount of money coming in. Like, sure, yeah, I'm not saying you can't have a good life, but when we're speaking about happiness, again, there's a difference between happiness and content. So I think when we speak about happiness, I think money, yes, can buy happiness. In my humble opinion, I very well think it can. So I would love to hear your thoughts and your feedback on that. I'd love, like I said, comment down below if you have your input. I would love to hear it. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.